Hello, and welcome to another installment of the Allaire Report. Today we're going to be focusing on the process of meiosis. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. For Kalani High School, I'm Mr. Allaire, and this is the Allaire Report. Before we can go forward, we need to go back. We need to go back and review Gregor Mendel's principles that we discussed previously. Mendel figured out that each organism must inherit a single copy of every gene from both its parents. When gametes or sex cells are created, the two sets of genes are separated, so each gamete has just one set of genes. The fact that genes come from both parents is very important. Each chromosome that comes from a male parent has a corresponding chromosome from the female parent. We call this homologous. A cell that contains both sets of homologous chromosomes, again one from mom and one from dad, is referred to as a diploid cell. In genetics, diploid cells are usually denoted by the symbol 2N, where N stands for the number of chromosomes. For instance, in a fruit fly, 2N equals 8. Meaning that there are 8 chromosomes, or 4 from each parent. In a human, 2N equals 46, meaning that there are 46 chromosomes, or 23 from mom and 23 from dad. A cell that contains only one set of chromosomes is referred to as a haploid cell. Out of all of the cells in your entire body, there is only one type of cell that is a haploid cell, and that is your gametes. Gametes are sex cells. For women, gametes are egg cells. In men, gametes are sperm cells. In this next image, you'll see a representation of some homologous chromosomes. Remember, homologous chromosomes are when each chromosome that comes from a male parent has a corresponding chromosome from a female parent. So you see here that we have male and we have female chromosomes. Each quote-unquote normal human being has 23 pairs of chromosomes, or 46 total. 23 of these come from mom, 23 of them come from dad. If we were to line up all of our chromosomes together and take a photograph of them, we'd get an image that looks like the one on the right. This is known as a karyotype. As you explore your various genetic disorders, you'll learn that karyotypes can be used to determine what genes a particular disorder is located on. As we zoom out, we see here an example of a diploid cell. Again, a diploid cell meaning that the cell contains both sets of homologous chromosomes, one set from mom and one set from dad. So we've got here 3 pairs or 6 chromosomes. Again, in a normal human being, 2N would equal 46 chromosomes, 23 from mom and 23 from dad. In order to produce reproductive cells like sperm and eggs, we have to take diploid cells and separate them into haploid cells. So there must be some kind of process that separates the two sets of genes from one another. That process is known as meiosis. Meiosis is a process of reduction-division. Cells separate and reduce from diploid or 2N cells to haploid or N cells. During meiosis, the number of chromosomes is cut in half by separating homologous chromosomes in a diploid cell. The process of meiosis can be broken down into 2 distinct stages. Meiosis 1, or the first meiotic division, and Meiosis 2, the second meiotic division. We'll be exploring each of these stages in a little bit more detail in both this podcast and in class. One of the things you'll notice about meiosis is that it's very similar to the process of mitosis that we discussed last semester. For instance, meiosis includes the phases interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase, as well as cytokinesis. Now, because meiosis actually happens twice, we refer to these parts as interphase 1, prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1, and cytokinesis. What we get at the end of meiosis 1 is 2 haploid daughter cells. Once meiosis 1 is complete, meiosis 2 can begin. Meiosis 2 is a similar process, which involves prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, telophase 2, and again, cytokinesis. What we get at the end of meiosis 2 are 4 haploid daughter cells. These are also referred to as gametes. So in females, we get eggs. In males, we get sperm. In general, meiosis results in 4 genetically different haploid cells. This is a result of crossover, which occurs during meiosis 1, specifically prophase 1. In males, meiosis results in 4 equally sized gametes called sperm. In females, however, meiosis results in only 1 large egg cell and 3 polar bodies, which are usually not involved in reproduction. Before we go, let's just do a quick review. Meiosis is a process in which diploid cells, meaning that they have both sets of homologous chromosomes, are divided and reduced into haploid cells that can become sex cells, either sperm or eggs, depending on the gender. As you can see from the chart on the right, human beings have 46 chromosomes, but we have over 20,000 genes. During reproduction, these genes get copied and passed down from parent to offspring, thus continuing the circle of life. Well, that's it for meiosis. We'll see you in class. Tune in next time.